Well, what do you think about it? Well, just get over it. Forget it. It happened. You know, the only man that I've really told what happened, and it's nothing to him, because he wasn't raised in that and knew no one that been through that. And that's what's hard. Having, that's hard, Caty-Scarlett. So you pick wisely. I was in the second grade the first time I was sexually abused by a brother of a friend of my brother's. And I didn't know what he was doing, but I knew it was wrong. And I knew I had no one to tell. I couldn't tell my mother about it because she'd tell my father. And if my father knew, I just felt he was going to beat me to death. Then in a couple of years, I told my brother what was happening because I just couldn't keep it inside me any longer. And he threatened me with going to my dad and telling me that my dad would kill me. So he started abusing me, probably 3.5 years of abuse with him. I was in the beginning of the 3rd grade when I told him. It went on through till in the 6th grade when I started becoming a woman. And in my head, I did know that something like this, you could get pregnant and have children. And I couldn't, death to me was better than that happening to me at that point with my brother. After that, the abuse I've had from men was after my husband died and I remarried. I lived for 2.5 years with a man that was cheating on me the whole time. And with people right around a house, not in the house, but in the neighborhood. And that was really devastating to have to go through a divorce. And then I wasn't smart when I ended up marrying another guy, probably 2.5 years later. And luckily he was in Vietnam, so then he came back and we were married, and it was the same procedure went through. I found out he was cheating on me, blah blah, the same old thing. But what hurt the very most was after my children had become young people, were grown, and my daughter had a daughter, and the others were out of school, to find out that the 3rd man I married had sexually abused my children for probably over 6 years, or 7. And I did not know it because he made sure I worked at night. And when I come home, the kids were at a babysitter or in school. And then they never told me. They never told me. If I had known that he was doing this to my children, I literally think I would have killed him. I'd like today to walk up to him and just kill him. But God does not want us to do things like that, and I try to keep it out of my mind. But even now, with my children being in their mid-40s and late 50s, I still, when I go to bed at night after I say my prayers, I lay there reliving the same scenario, the same dream of what happened. And my children all hated me for quite a long time, and I think as they age, they're realizing I truly did not know. What was hard was having them angry at me and not believe in me for a long time. That was the hard part. It's never been hard raising my daughters, even when they didn't talk to me or one turned against me. I would pray and prayed that they would someday love me again. No. I felt guilty. I feel guilty to this day. And I have grandchildren that are, out of high school now, and I still feel guilty. And when people say there's no way that she did not know what is going on, when the man threatens his children, that if they tell their mother that first of all he's going to kill me, the mother, and then he's going to kill each one of them. Of course they were terrified. And being that they never spoke to me, never told me nothing, and I only saw them in a brief time going to school and on weekends, And One hard thing was to getting them to finally realize I truly didn't know it, and God knew I didn't know it, and with His help and strength, and understanding neighbors, and my adopted grandchildren, that has given me the strength and the power with their beautiful smiles to keep going on. And I love you.